So I saw Percy Jackson Sea of Monsters last night with three of my friends, all three of whom have read the books, and I haven't read the books. I feel like I would really, really love them if I did read them, but I don't like reading in general. I've taken a liking to audiobooks, but audiobooks can be absurdly expensive, so I haven't actually listened to many, other than Hunger Games. I saw the first movie too, and I really liked it actually, but I didn't go in with any expectations, and overall it was still pretty cheesy and didn't take itself very seriously. And I think the second one does that even more so, but that's actually a good thing, because I think what the makers of the movie realize is that all the fans of the book hated the first one, and there's no way that they can make up for it at this point because of how much they ruined in the first one. So they realized they took what they could do, which is cheap action and cheap humor, and just went running with it. And they made it enjoyable because of that. Like, it's weird to think that something cheap. It's weird to say something that is also cheap, but also it's a good thing. But like, if they kept trying to make it like the book, which they've proved they can't do, and failing, then that would just be bad. But now it's still bad, but it's like enjoyably bad. It's hard to say. It's not like Birdemic enjoyably bad. It's like, this movie is fun to watch with friends, and I'm enjoying it. I don't care that much about the characters or anything, but it's just fun to watch. And there's an audience for that. Like what I just said, when going with my friends, and it was an entertainment and it was entertainment of its own to see them swearing at the screen in a theater with other people. Luckily, no one kicked us out, but that was fun too. But also, like, kids like 13, 14, younger, there's an audience for that. Like, I have a neighbor who I've babysat before, and he's like 6 or 7. I'm not sure his exact age, but he absolutely loved the first Percy Jackson movie. He's probably going to see the second one at some point if he hasn't already, and he's going to love this one even more because they have that same cheap action and humor, and it's just fun. Okay, so I can totally understand why the fans of the book are disappointed. I would be extremely disappointed, I know, but I always believe in taking the movie and the book as separate things. And it's easier said than done, I know. I know that when the Into the Woods movie comes out, and Disney's doing it, they're gonna mess things up, and I'm gonna be so mad because Into the Woods is my favorite musical. But actually, I plan on making that video in the future specifically about that, so let's stop talking about that now. And yeah, and my friends say like Percy Jackson is capable, would have been capable of being the next Harry Potter, or at least another Hunger Games, and they've crushed all potential for that now. And that, I can see why that would be so disappointing, but I know, just like, take what you've got, it's, with a fun and enjoyable movie as it is, just, they're going to make more. They ended it making it really obvious that they're going to go through the whole series, but just take that and enjoy what you can. Be optimistic, I guess. One thing that really bothered me, though, was Annabeth, and again, I'm not comparing her to the book Annabeth, obviously, but in the first movie, I liked her character. She was, like, a bit bitter and sarcastic, but, like, likable. In this one, she's just annoying. And in the first movie, she was a brunette, and in this one, she's a blonde, and because she acted so differently in this one, I thought that they got a different actress. It's because, yeah, she was different hair color and seemingly different acting. It just seemed like it had to be a completely different actress, and it didn't even crossed my mind it was the same. I just went through the whole movie thinking that this is really stupid that they just recast from the main characters. But I got home and checked on IMDb, and it's the same actress, just acting different, and they decided that, like, oh, she was supposed to be blonde in the book. I guess that's one thing we can fix. But I think the most important part of this movie was two actors from two Joss Whedon shows who you would not have expected to be in it. I'm talking, of course, about Nathan Fillion and Anthony Head. So Anthony Stewart Head, who played Giles in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, show which I love, but I'm only on season 2, so no spoilers. But he plays a centaur in this, but his character is basically the same as in Buffy, and I don't know if he was intentionally channeling that or not, but that just made me very happy, because he acted just like it, right down to like his little head shake thing and talking like this, and prophecy, and Percy Jackson, you are the Slayer. And that was pretty amusing for me, but he wasn't in the movie that much. And Nathan Fillion wasn't in it much either. I wouldn't call it a cameo because he only had one scene, but he had the majority of the lines in that scene. But what really surprised me, what made all my group of friends gasp oh my god, I can't believe they just did that, is he made a reference to Firefly, which is of course what he's the most famous for, but you would not have expected that in Percy Jackson, because Firefly is this show geared towards adults, and it's very violent and sometimes sexual, and the Firefly fandom and the Percy Jackson fandom do not overlap. Percy Jackson is young. The books are young adult, and the movies are kids. I'm just gonna say it out there. They're kids movies, and they don't overlap. I just can't believe they did that. The vast majority of the people seeing Percy Jackson Sea of Monsters aren't going to pick up onto that Firefly reference. The people who do watch Firefly are, because it was pretty blatant, and that was ridiculous and wonderful. So yeah, that's what I did last night. I give this movie 3 pointy thingies on the trident out of 3 pointy thingies on the trident, because that's all there is. On a trident, that is. I would know. I played Poseidon in a play, The Women of Troy, for my school. That was fun. So yeah, tridents have the 3 pointy thingies. Bye.